Hello, my name is Pete Gamble. This is me. That is my entertainment company, and I crack whips. And this is another occasional whip maintenance video about making crackers, which is great fun, and everybody should have a go. You may have seen making a Dyneema cracker, and you may have seen a baling twine cracker. So I thought I'd show you an improved baling twine cracker that will last a little longer. So baling twine, probably already spoken about this before now. Yes, baling twine. Again, start with it about 20 odd inches, so I'm going to take a little bit out of this one. That over there, and again I'm going to split it in two, otherwise it'll be too bulky. Now you can make crackers out of just about anything, and half the fun is actually experimenting with different materials. The rather lovely Rick Boyd over in Texas makes fantastic crackers using the I believe they're the inner from paracord, the inner nylon from paracord, and then mixes it with embroidery silks to make these extraordinary things. Quite lovely. He also makes very nice weighted falls as well. But you too can make your own, certainly. Using the inners out of paracord is a great way of using it. Otherwise, what else do you do with it? Extraordinary stuff. However, the only thing I found with using paracord crackers is that if you've got old nylon whips that are a little bit rough on the outside, certainly if you've had to spray paint them a couple of times to restore them back to being white, they can get a little bit rough on the outside, and very easy for these to tangle then on the actual fall, or actually on the whip itself, and tangle up during a show. So I like the idea of the nylon cracker. They're very long lasting. In fact, I've had one of Rick Boyd's crackers on a whip for over, oh gosh, nearly 8 years, and it's still going very, very strong. But that's a leather whip. On a nylon whip it can be a little bit different, but these are different. These are pretty good. Anyway, so nylon good, so long lasting in that respect. Baling twine never seemed to give a tangle problem. I think because it's slippier stuff. The actual plastic in use tends to be a little bit slipperier, and it just slips off the actual whip itself. And another one of my favourites for using for whip is Dyneema, which is one of these monofilament, stronger steel, etc., etc. So the thought was, what if we combine the two? Well, I've already split this one in half. So we're going to split it again, just about into, again, if you put it too quickly, or a bit too roughly, it will tangle terribly. You've got about there, so a quarter of a piece of baling twine. And then we're going to add into that some Dyneema. So you want a length approximately twice as long as that 20-inch, a 40-inch piece of Dyneema. That makes sense, doesn't it? Yes. You can use either one or two pieces. Sometimes I use just one, and on this occasion we'll use two. Twice the length. There you go. Now you know it's proper Dyneema because it's an absolute beggar to cut. Very sharp knife, good pair of scissors, otherwise nothing happens. Okay, so two ends of the Dyneema, tie a knot in the end, give it a little twist, an overhand knot, tuck all the ends in as best you possibly can, and tie. Well, we'll probably miss one there, but it should stay together. Run up to the other end. Oh, you see, I could have done with a bit longer. Okay. Still, it's important that you tie the Dyneema in with it. So tuck, 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 right to the end, off. So a little bit shorter than I would have liked, but it will work nevertheless, and good way of showing you. Now, I've already shown you on the basic baling twine. There you go. Sorry, wrong glasses on today. How to actually twist these together. Put a hook on there, and we're going to take a pen, put it in the middle there. Doesn't have to be approximately in the middle, it's just anywhere really will do, but if you want to be fussy, put it in the middle. And then, holding the baling twine there, rotate the end just like a propeller. Do you remember how many times we said in the first one? Yeah, see if you can count. Well, it's about, I suppose, 50 when you've got 20 inches. This is about 18 inches long, so less than that. You see already you've got a nice little twist on there. And going by the feel of it, and the bobble just starting to come there, it's not much longer. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a pull. I just like to run my fingers up and down it on occasion, just to even out the tension on it. And not much more than that. Now the thing is, Dyneema twists up incredibly well. You can twist it and twist it to your heart's desire, and it doesn't go all over the place. So it does make this slightly more stable cracker. Halfway, let go, and it twists up. Just a little bit of a tweak to give it a nice even turn. And here's another little tip. In the first one I showed you, what I did was actually tie one side of the cracker to the other, so that would go underneath there and boff. It was a nice light knot to the end of the cracker, good when you're using it for targets, good if you're doing it with wraps on somebody because you don't have a big heavy cracker to hit somebody with. But the only trouble with a single knot, i.e. tying that to that, is if you are a bit heavy-handed like me and you go big loud cracks, it's quite often quite easy to blow that knot off the end of the actual cracker itself. So you want a bit more substantial, and a bit more substantial would just be a nice simple complete overhand knot like that. You just need to tighten it up nicely, pull it nice and tight. And I do find that though that doesn't tend to blow off itself, you're left with a lot of fluffy cracker. It doesn't really crack quite so well during the show itself. So we've got these ends of the cracker we need to cut off. Sadly, a lot of this stuff is plastic, and I only wish there was a better way of actually recycling it, but there isn't to what I find. But that's half the beauty about using different types and different things you can actually crack. I'm going to start experimenting using silk, but apparently silk is not silk. It tends to be a polyester, again plastic. So I'm going to have a look at some of the more natural fibres that can be used and see if they're going to last as long as you would hope. That's the trouble with it, is a lot of them don't seem to. I've tried various bits of more organic materials in the past, but they just don't seem to last. But there must be something out there that we can use. Anyway, you end up with a cracker that is a mixture of baling twine and Dyneema, and you end up with a very nice big fluffy fall, but also that lasts and lasts and lasts. That would suit a nice lightweight whip, and you might be able to get another, yes, you'd be able to tie another knot in there and last a bit longer, but that's a quick way of making a very nice quality cracker. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find that useful. Thank you.